anything else, it would need to heal. So you have to have recovery, but it doesn't mean you can't work out upper body whenever you're allowing your lower body to rest. Oh, that's another thing I did. I did side bends and I did crunches. Not a fan of the side bends. I probably would have been the one to go grr if, I had to listen to Richard Simmons say, feel the burn. I don't like the burn. I do, however, like muscle fatigue. Being muscle fatigued, no, I like that. That's a really wonderful feeling. I am going to encourage everyone who is exercising and whatnot to consult your doctor, your physician, whatever, and maybe consult with a physical fitness trainer or an instructor, whatever you want to call them. That way you have the proper form. You need a yes from your doctor. It's very important to make sure that you're going about this properly. That way you don't injure yourself or, make matters worse. A lot of people have done that. I had a friend who, she had horrible form. I mean, awful, terrible. And she ended up hurting her back. So I do recommend that you speak with your doctor and, someone who is very, very knowledgeable about, exercise, proper forms and whatnot. It's going to give you the edge. So definitely take that into consideration. I do encourage it. Let's see. I haven't really read anything interesting lately. My older brother brought me some audiobooks. I can't say that I've ever listened to an audiobook. It seems kind of lazy. But I guess it's the same concept as watching a movie. It's been adapted from a book. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to listen to them. There's one about Kaesong, back in Vietnam. So I think I'll probably, listen to that one, just because of the subject matter. One of my most favorite books has to be this. It's The Best Loved Poems of the American People. As you guys can see, it's dog-eared, and this is the second edition I've had to buy. Second copy, excuse me. Because I killed the other one. I used it so often that it just fell apart. We have The Jackrabbit Factor, a story, Why You Can, by Leslie Householder. I haven't read this yet, but it is on my list. That's another thing I like to do is while I'm cycling, I like to read. That's assuming my nephew isn't demanding my attention. So yeah, I do that. Another thing I do is while in the shower, I walk in place, and sometimes I'll do like a deep treatment on my hair because I have crazy amounts of hair, and the humidity plays havoc with it and all that craziness. So sometimes I'll do like a deep treatment, and while I'm doing that, while I'm letting it sit on my hair, I'll do side bends, work my obliques. I'm not telling you to work out every minute of the day. It's just so many of us don't have enough, physical activity in our days, or weeks, or months, years. So you can find ways to add it, even in small doses, you know, even in a full schedule. It's kind of simple. You gotta be creative, I guess. There are times that I'll be cycling and I'll have my nephew on my lap, so yeah. How's that for fun? So, let's see. I think I have. Another book which is really, really, really fabulous. One that I really enjoy, especially on days when I'm feeling a lack of motivation, is Wings of Silver. I don't know if you see it. Yep, Wings of Silver. Let's see. These are quotes and whatnot compiled by Joe Petty. Let's see. Can you see all that? I have lots of things marked. And this book right here. See? Look. This book is so old. La la la. We have 2 pieces. Yep. It's well used. The grass is greener on the other side, but just is hard to know. It is easier to fight for one's principles than to live up to them. Making excuses doesn't change the truth. I like that. I've always liked that. Something that, one that I really, really, really like is, it's better to limp all the way to heaven than not to get there at all. And with that, what that makes me think of is so often we have setbacks. Not with just, health and whatnot, but with any aspect of life, you can have a setback. And a lot of people will let it devastate them to the point that they will give up. And it makes me think that, it doesn't matter how many times you fall down. And, if you get up and you go again, even if you're going at a slow pace, if you fall down 900,000 times and you get up, each time, and you go on a little bit further, and you just keep on, you're gonna make it. And I know that's so cliche, whatever, but it's true. And if you apply that to your life, if you take that and you're